Today we're going to find out how effective this is in my scenario. Tilted forward slightly and then we should be able to just drive. I'm hoping. Welcome to the Okie Woodsman channel. My name is Joe and I need to do an upgrade to my tractor. This is the first year I've had a tractor on the property to be able to clear snow. Last time I tried, it didn't go so well. The cutting edge on the bucket ended up gouging my ground. I was completely unable to effectively remove snow just to try not to gouge up the ground and pick up rocks and turn them over. Many of the people in the comment section suggested using some sort of PVC pipe to cover that edge up, and that's what we're going to do today. They're forecasting between 3 and 40 inches next week here in Oklahoma. No, not really, but they're saying somewhere between 3 and 10. They're always wrong. It seems like they say 10 and we get 1. They say we get 1 and we get 10. Needless to say, I want to try to utilize my tractor to do better, more effective snow removal using one of these pipes. I went to Lowe's and picked this piece of 4-inch pipe up. Now this is considered Cellcore pipe and I really don't like that. Cellcore's a non-pressure pipe. It's meant to be lighter weight and it's just simply not as durable. I picked it up because it was all they had at 4 inches. I think I'm going to end up returning it. Cellcore pipe, as denoted right there, this is a Schedule 40. This 5-foot piece of pipe was $35 after tax. I absolutely hate the idea of cutting a slit down this pipe and making it so I can't return it. The reason why I went with 4 inches, I thought it would be good to get the pipe over these nuts right here. The only problem is I don't think this stuff is gonna hold up to the ground I have. That's lurking everywhere. I have some smaller pipe, 2-inch. I have some more of it, but the problem is I think it's gonna literally, if I slit it, it would be right on this bevel right there on the bucket, and that's no good either. I think it's just gonna wanna kick it off. And I have abundance of this old 3-inch pipe, and I think that might be what I try first. I'm gonna keep this 4-inch pipe on hand so that way if I try to do some snow removal and it's just not working, I can maybe decide to slit this, but I really don't want to go that direction yet because I want to get $35 back. I immediately regretted purchasing this as soon as I did it. This stuff ought to hold up a lot better to abrasion than the Cellcore. Yep. Within a 1/16, I think that will be just fine. That's why I made it a quarter small. There's a reason why I never show this side of the shop. A subscriber to the channel sent me this vise and these magnetic grips. What's going to come in handy here is it has this V-notch in it, and it might work pretty well to be able to do this, but this might actually be a bit small for this pipe here. We're going to try it anyway. This would work really good on smaller pipe and round stock. I have not used this vise yet. I mounted it the other day. Nice. This is the 3-inch pipe. I'm curious if you think that I should have done it with the 2 or the 4. I did not try to watch any videos on this or anything, so forgive me if this is stupid. This is when you want to make sure you didn't cut it too long because you were trying to, maximize your yield or something. All right, so we're on the very bottom edge, but I need to be up. I want to get up here more. It's cold out here. This stuff is taking a beating. I mean, it's not super, super cold, but it's enough to make this brittle for sure. It could, especially given the age of it. That's as far as we're going to get it on. by rights, this ought to help the blade float across the uneven ground as I'm trying to push snow. Now I feel really good because I was able to really waller on that, really give it a walloping, whack, whack. This is going to be the question. Is it going to snow? Trying to keep that ice off of those stairs so it doesn't end up being slick for days. I'm excited for this snow to accumulate to try that new bucket attachment. I think we've got some mail. We should have some mail at least. Huh, not very much. Got some dry, crunchy snow here in Oklahoma.
Is it stickier when it's cold?
Well, my hands are, well, everything's more difficult in the cold. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So let's go ahead and try to shove this one in.
See if I remember where I put it. Yes, right.
We're borrowing that machine right now. Seeing its usefulness for the property, see if it's something that we like, if we want to, you know, have something like this.
Hey, Dad. And I thought, oh shoot, the tires broke, but it was actually a root.
You broke the root?
Yeah. It's so cold.
It is cold, huh? The first time I ever tried to do snow removal with this tractor, it didn't go so well. Many commenters recommended different types of 3-point attachments, different types of accessories for your bucket, but one that caught my eye and that made a lot of sense to me was this right here. Today we're going to find out how effective this is in my scenario and whether or not I'm going to be able to make this work for me. What it ought to do is allow the bucket to skid along the top of the ground, not dig into the rocks, the gravel, and all of that. And I think I might get a better result than I did last time. Let's get started. Currently 9 degrees and the wind chill makes it feel like -2. I think what I'm going to need to do with this pipe is have the bucket be tilted forward slightly and then we should be able to just drive. I'm hoping. So I'm pushing right now. It's going to take a minute to get used to it, especially because with any downward pressure, I'm going to want to go downhill with this, with my topography here. biggest challenge I'm going to face is the slope. Anytime I put any downward pressure on the bucket, what happens is my tractor wants to start going downhill. Well, I already lost some of the pipe. It was working good until it wasn't. Putting my bucket in float right now, no, that's not a good idea. I'm digging. I've got to feel it. I can't. I'm like, oh man, I'm pushing all my gravel. All right, I got to do something different here. We'll drag that back out, try to smooth it. I may have just been putting too much downward force on the bucket. There goes my pipe. It's possible this failed because this was an older pipe. I did beat on it quite a bit with the sledge. I could just flat out done it wrong. My ground is extremely harsh. I got these like rocks that are, I mean, if you think about it, all those sharp points hitting this thing is gonna want to tear it up. Plus with it being 9 degrees, you know. Anyway, so this one didn't work. I'm not sure if I should give it another shot, but I'm gonna keep trying to get done. I think what I'm gonna go back to is tilting my bucket back and using the back of the bucket as to kind of skate across the ground. It's in float right now. A lot of people suggested this. I'm going to try to clear this area, push that out of the way, and let's see. By going to float, I'm using the loader's weight to keep a down pressure. And that way it's not, the hydraulics aren't holding it up off the ground. Well, all I can say is that my experiment failed, and more than likely is because I was being too rough with it, had inexperience. Unfortunately, that didn't appear to be my solution, and I don't know if I'm going to give it another shot. That 4-inch piece of cell core pipe would not have worked at all. I need to go ahead and get that returned. I'm going to try to do that today. It's $35. I would love to hear in the comment section. There's probably going to be a lot of people that don't know me, don't know the channel. They're going to be talking about how I'm inexperienced and this guy's an idiot and all that. But I am inexperienced, especially moving snow. Really, with loader work in general, I have a lot to learn for sure. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I cannot come out here and tell you I'm an expert. I'm actually kind of just showing and documenting what my experience is. I have this phenomenal machine. I think me as the operator am lacking on how to get it done. Now, if I'm just missing an implement or an attachment, that's another story. But again, am I going to dismount my backhoe to put a blade on the back? I don't think I want to. And the reason why is that is all my ballast. And very likely, I'm going to go ahead and put some forks on this and start moving wood really shortly again. Another thing is when I take this backhoe off, I really want the ground to be as even as possible. I can just see, you know, if my tractor's cocked a little bit weird, I could see the backhoe being extremely difficult to get back on the machine on uneven ground. So I want to be really careful the first time I've done it. No, I have not taken off the backhoe before. Thank you for watching this video. If you can share anything that would make it easier for myself or any of the other viewers, make sure you do so down in the comment section. Thank you to all the commenters that suggested this hack, and I really hope that it's going to work well, because last time I didn't get the snow off very well, and then it packed in tight, and then we have shade, and it lasted for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. That S10 does not move when there's ice on the ground. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Not good. Not good. It broke immediately. Broke, yeah.